Hey guys, my name's Marcus Taylor and I'm a co-author of the book Get Noticed. And in this little video session I want to talk to you about how you can get rid of your nerves when meeting new people. So having nerves when meeting people kind of falls into two different categories. And that's basically nerves for optional events and then nerves for non-optional events. So an optional event might be, if you're in a club, you see someone you like, you want to go over and talk to them, but you're, getting these fears of rejection and, it's totally optional whether you go and talk to them or not, but you want to, and so you kind of start getting nerves around that. A non-optional event would be, for example, if you've got to go meet a client for the first time tomorrow, or if you've got a job interview or something you have to go to, but you're nervous about meeting the person. So how you kind of tackle these two scenarios are very different, but they both kind of revolve around this idea of when you're nervous about something, basically your nerves increase in intensity as you get closer to the event. And then if the event goes well and you sort of go in there thinking, this is going to be great, your nerves will tail off very quickly and it'll be really comfortable. However, if it goes badly and you're still kind of worrying, your nerves increase in intensity, which is obviously what you don't want to happen. So in both scenarios, you want to minimize the growth in intensity of your nerves, and then you want to make your nerves tail off as quickly as possible once you're kind of thrown in the deep end. So for an optional event, to minimise that kind of growth in intensity, the best thing is just to throw yourself in there as quick as possible. If you see someone in a club, you want to talk to them, just go, run in there, and because your nerves won't be able to build up as much. So if you imagine kind of a growth in nerves, if you go there rather than 5 minutes later here, you'll be far less nervous to begin with, and then if it goes well, then suddenly that will tail off. So yeah, for those kind of situations where it's optional, you want to throw yourself in as quick as possible, but also convince yourself mentally it's going to go really well. I'm a firm believer in you create your own reality from what's kind of mentally going on. So I think if you go into a situation saying this is going to go really well, this is really good fun, then it will be like that. It will be good fun, you'll enjoy yourself, and your nerves will tail off very quickly. But if you go in there worrying, then it's just going to get worse and your nerves are going to shoot up. So yeah, just convince yourself that it's going to go really well, and do it quickly, and your nerves will kind of come and go as quickly as possible. For non-optional events, there's no real way of kind of shortening that gap of time where your nerves are going to grow. So say you've got to do a presentation to a new client tomorrow at 9 AM. You've got from now until 9 AM for your nerves to build. However, those nerves can only build if you're thinking about it, if you're worrying about it. So the trick for non-optional events is to spend as much of that gap of time distracting yourself with positive things. So if I know that I've got something I'm nervous about at a certain time the next day, spend that time exercising, go to the gym, go for a walk, or invite a friend out to dinner, just to distract yourself from kind of worrying about it, because it will stop. If that's your kind of growth of nerves, it'll increase, and then while you're distracting yourself, it will kind of flatten out. So you go into a situation with a much lower kind of level of nervousness. Cool. Okay, well that's kind of my tips on how to minimise your nerves when meeting people. If communication skills and kind of all that sort of stuff is of interest, then I recommend checking out wegetnoticed.com or having a look at the book. There's loads of cool stuff on how to meet people in there. Cool. Cheers guys.